speaker Sudeshna Roy from Chennai Mathematical Institute. She will speak on graded components of local cohomology modules. Sudeshna, please.
Thank you. And also I would like to thank all the organizers for giving me the opportunity to speak here. So today I'd like to talk about the behavior of graded components of local cohomology modules. This is a joint work with Professor Tony Joseph Puthenpurakar. And let me start by defining the main object, that is the local cohomology module, which was introduced by Grothendieck in 1960s, and it is a fundamental tool in commutative algebra and algebraic geometry. So let C be a commutative Noetherian ring, I be an ideal in C, and let L be a C module. Then by gamma I of L, we are denoting the collection of all elements in L which are annihilated by some power of I. So this gamma I is known as the I torsion functor. One can check that it is left exact. The ith right derived functor of gamma L is called the ith local cohomology module of L with respect to I, and it is denoted by HII of L. Now let T be a standard graded Noetherian ring. T plus denotes its irrelevant maximal ideal, and let L be a finitely generated graded T module. Then a large number of work has been done in dealing with the behavior of the local cohomology module of L supported on T plus. Particularly they are well behaved, and for instance, I mean, its every graded components are finitely generated T0 module, and for large positive values of U, its graded component vanishes. So vanishing of this local cohomology module is used to define one fundamental invariant, the Kastelov-Mumford regularity. There are some other applications in the study of Hilbert coefficients, Ries algebras, associated graded rings, and many more. So in consideration of this, it is quite natural to expect that such behavior carried out by local cohomology modules supported on arbitrary homogeneous ideals. But it is known that it is not true in general. So let's look into this example. Let T be a polynomial ring over any commutative Noetherian ring A in two variables, and let I be the homogeneous ideal generated by the single element X. Then every graded component of the first local cohomology module of T supported on this ideal X generated by X, they are free but not finitely generated for all U J. So this example also says that for large positive values of U, this local cohomology module does not, these components of this local cohomology modules does not vanish. Now let's change our setup. So let R be a polynomial ring in n variables with degree of xi is 1, and the degree 0 component is a regular ring containing a field of characteristic 0. Puthenpurakar studied the local cohomology module of R with respect to this arbitrary homogeneous ideal I, and surprisingly he found that they are notably well behaved. So he mainly studied the numerical invariance of the components of these local cohomology modules as U tends to infinity and as U tends to minus infinity. So here I would like to highlight that these local cohomology modules are really finitely generated, but still there are some finiteness properties of this local cohomology module which were obtained by Huneke and Sarf, and later by Lubezny in prime characteristic and in characteristic 0. When the base ring is regular, so it's quite natural to start with a regular base ring. But then we tried to extend some of his results to a relatively wider framework when R0 is any commutative Noetherian ring containing a field of characteristic 0. We further showed that, we further gave some examples which shows that these results other results are not true if we don't consider R0 to be regular. So now for the next part, I will be assuming, I will be denoting this local cohomology module of R by M. So here another more thing is that since I is homogeneous ideal, so there is an induced reading on this local cohomology module. So it is graded. Now I want to summarize our results. So let CBA commutative Noetherian D, JBN ideal in C and LBA C module. Then it is well known that the jth local cohomology module of L with respect to J that vanishes for all J strictly greater than its dimension and for all J strictly less than its grade. But if J lies in between the grade and the dimension, it is difficult to tell whether this local cohomology module vanishes. Our result says that if almost all graded components of local module vanish, this local cohomology module vanishes. It further says that if the local cohomology module is non-zero, then either its weight graded component is non-zero for infinitely many small negative values of u, or its weight graded component is non-zero for infinitely many large positive values of u. So Brodmann and Hellas, they raised the most challenging problem regarding the asymptotic behavior of the local cohomology module, which is known as so-called, which is known as the tameness problem. So we say a module L is tame if there exists some integer u0 such that its weight-graded component is 0 for all u less than equals to u0, or else its weight-graded component is non-zero for all u less than equals to u0. Now, similarly as earlier, if we take T to be a standard graded Noetherian D and L a finitely generated graded T module, then they asked whether this ith local cohomology module of L with respect to this irrelevant ideal, whether it is tame. This question was answered affirmatively in many cases, particularly when dimension of T0, that is the base ring, if that is less than equals to 2, and when this I is the cohomological dimension of A with respect to T plus. So cohomological dimension means that I is the largest I such that this local cohomology module is non-zero. Later, Kartkowski and Harjov, they constructed an example to show that this question has negative answer if the dimension of T0 is 3. So what we obtain that if weight graded component is non-zero for infinitely many small negative values of u, that happens if and only if its weight graded component is non-zero for all u less than equals to minus m. Again, weight graded component of m is non-zero for infinitely many large positive values of u if and only if its weight graded component is non-zero for all u greater than equals to 0. So here, as we have seen in the previous slide, that if m is non-zero, then one of these two situations will occur. And we also need to consider the second case, because we have seen that if instead of t plus we are considering instead of t plus, if we are considering any arbitrary homogeneous ideal, then for large values of u, its graded component may not vanish. So we need to consider this second situation to check tameness. Now, Karti and Harjov gave another example of a standard graded Noetherian ring T, where T0 is normal, three-dimensional, non-polar with a ideal n, such that 12 volt for the local cohomology module of T with respect to the extension of the maximal ideal n. So here notice that if instead of polynomial ring, under our assumption, if we take arbitrary standard graded Noetherian ring, then this example says that this does not hold. Now I will talk about the rigidity of the cohomology module. Let me it in graph. So what it says that if some arbitrary of the cohomology module is non-zero, or some r less than equals to minus n, then its all u graded component is non-zero for all u equals to minus n. So if some set graded component of the local cohomology module is non-zero for some is greater than equals to 0, then it is all graded non-zero for all u greater than equals to 0. And if TF graded component is non-zero. For T lies in between minus n and 0, then its all graded components are non-zero. So what this result says that to say whether a local cohomology module is zero, it is enough to check only these two graded component, and only the zero graded component and the minus n graded component. If both of them are zero, then the local cohomology module vanishes. So now I want to briefly discuss the techniques we have used to prove our result. So let K be a field and S be a polynomial ring in n variable over the field. It is standard. We are considering it as standard graded. So let D denote the K linear differential operator on S, and A and K denote the nth Weyl algebra over K, where dou y denotes the partial derivative with respect to xi. So since xi dou y they don't commute with each other, clearly this ring is non-commutative. So here the main thing is that these local cohomology modules, they are not finitely generated over the base ring S, but they are finitely generated over the Weyl algebra. So this makes the things easy to deal with this module. And to deal with the graded case, Lincoln Ma and William Zhang, they introduced a class of graded D modules, which is called Eulerian D modules in both characteristics. So in characteristic 0, we say a graded left A and K module L is Eulerian if they satisfies these properties, where this denotes the Euler operator, and by mod of y we are denoting the degree of y. So by classical Euler formula, the polynomial ring S is Eulerian. Again, the local cohomology module is Eulerian. But they gave example to show that these Eulerian modules need not be holonomic. And the issue with this class of module is that they are not closed under extension. So to rectify this problem, Puth and Kurakel introduced a new class of graded A and K modules that is called generalized Eulerian. So we say L is generalized Eulerian if for each homogeneous element y of L, there exists some positive integer a such that this holds. So here this a may depends on y. And notice that if a is 1, then it is actually the criteria for Euler, a module to be Eulerian. Now, one example is that any quotient ring is generalized Eulerian if eta in power a lies inside a for some a strictly greater than 0. Here notice that if a is 1, only then this quotient ring will be Eulerian. Otherwise, it is generalized Eulerian but not Eulerian. So Puth and Kurakel proved that this local cohomology module, under our setup, this is generalized Eulerian ANC module. So the techniques we have used, that is the Dirham cohomology and the Koszul cohomology of the generalized Eulerian modules. And to prove the vanishing and the tameness property, we have used the fact that local cohomology modules are countably generated over R when C contains an uncountable field. And this, we can always consider by base change. So all our techniques, what we have used, it was developed earlier by several authors, including Professor Tony. But the main issue we have faced is that we don't have the notion of holonomic modules in our general setup, but we do have the notion of generalized Eulerian modules. And only using the technique of generalized Eulerian modules, we reproduced all those results and get our, prove our results. So this ends our talk. This ends my talk, and thank you for your attention. And these are some references, and this is the paper from based on which my talk was.
Okay, thank you, Sudeshna. Any quick question? Okay.
There is a question in the chat.
There is a question in the chat. Can you see, please, Sudeshna?
Chat is not visible.
Actually, she just logged in. Actually, she
So
just logged in. You can just.
What is the definition of rigidity in this case? I guess this one or any other question?
Okay, here I am saying that only one single graded component is, the effect of single graded component is quite, just let me go to that slide. Sorry. So here one single graded effect of the single graded component on this local cohomology module is used. Only one graded component is saying giving the whole region, giving a big region where this module is non-zero. So, I mean, for that, we are saying it rigidity, that only one graded component has this much effect here.
Oh, okay. So thanks again. And